Sweet children, the time of destruction is now very close. Therefore, have true love for the one Father and not for any bodily beings. I don't think anybody really likes to think about this topic, but that's what drives me. I use that as my barometer. How much time do I have left to make effort? And it reprioritizes how you use your time. And you think you have all this time to waste doing this and that and whatever, you know. Do you pay attention? There's one thing to settle karma with your lockix, family, body, whatever. But are you settling or are you just indulging, creating, right? Sweet children, the time of destruction is now very close. Therefore, have true love for the one Father and not for any bodily beings. Have true love for the one Father, not for any bodily beings. Question, what are the signs of the children who have true love for the one Father? Answer, the yoga of their intellects cannot go to bodily beings. True love means you only care and think about, attracted to, interested in the one that you love. Why would you go somewhere else? So why does your mind get pulled? You obviously have love for other things too. Love, like, it doesn't matter, body consciousness. It isn't love, whatever it is. The yoga of their intellects cannot go to bodily beings. They do not become lovers or beloveds of one another. You realize that because nobody could love you, one, like God, and two, everybody's love is impure. Two, those who have true love are constantly victorious. That's number two. To be victorious means to become an emperor or empress of the golden age and conquer everything. Three, those who have loving intellects remain constantly honest with the Father. They do not hide anything, right? Give your true chart, identify the things that need to change, come up with the plan, renounce the weakness. There's no I'm trying. How can I'm trying not be dishonest? If you're fully intended on renouncing it, you'll just renounce it no matter what. You're somewhat interested in renouncing it. So therefore you say, oh, I'm trying to renounce. I'm trying. And if you say you don't know how to do this, then clearly your entire life, you have never created a powerful thought once in your life and accomplished anything. That's why you got to be out in the world still. You need to prove to yourself that you can actually create success in whatever it is. You need to prove to yourself you can do that. They can remain constantly honest with the Father. They do not hide anything. Why would you hide anything from God who already knows what you're hiding? 4, they wake up at Amrit Vela every day and they remember the Father with love. Number 5, they true love for the Father. What are they willing to do? Other people aren't willing to do.
Renounce their body, mind, world.
Yes, but they renounce the attraction and the I, me, mine of that. But then what do?
They surrender their bones.
They give their bones for service like Dadichi Rishi did. 6, their intellects did not wander to worldly matters. So neither will he become separated from us, nor will there be sorrow in our hearts. What does that have in common? If you have the will not to be separated from God, you also have the will not to accept sorrow. And you also have the will to control yourself not to give any. So neither will he be separate from us. Om Shanti. You mouth-born creation, you decoration of the Brahman clan, make this promise because your love is connected to the one Father. You understand that this is the time of destruction. The Father explains to you, children, that destruction has to take place. Those whose love is connected to the Father at the time of destruction become victorious. That is, they become the masters of the Golden Age. Shiv Baba's explained to you that both the kings and the subjects become the masters of the world. There's a lot of difference in the position. The more love you have for the Father and the more you remember him, the higher the status you will claim. Baba's explained that it is only by remembering the Father that your burden of sins will be burnt away. You can write that those who have non-loving intellects at the time of destruction will be led to destruction. There's no question of fear about writing this. The Father says, I myself tell you that they will be led to destruction and that those who have loving intellects will be victorious. So clearly that means you need to figure out what it means to have a loving intellect. A loving intellect for God. Baba tells you everything absolutely clearly. No one in the world except you children has love. So you're the only ones who have any love for Baba, but you have a completely, totally loving intellect for the Father. The Father says, children, write the different praises of the Supreme Soul and Sri Krishna separately so that it can be proved who is the true God of the Gita. This is essential. So you have to churn this. You have to figure it out so you can explain it to somebody. Secondly, Baba asks, is the purifier, the ocean of knowledge, the Supreme Soul, or is it the river water? Now, of course, if you're like me in the Western lands, I didn't learn how to explain all that because there were almost no Indians when we went to serve at exhibitions. So you didn't really need to explain all that right away anyway. But I had to explain to people why Jesus Christ wasn't God. So you churn that, you figure that out, and you just go deeper and you figure out why he can't be Krishna, right? This is essential. Secondly, Baba asks, is the purifier the ocean of knowledge, Supreme Soul, or is it river water that is the Supreme Soul, the purifier? Is it the Ganges of knowledge or the Ganges of water? This is very easy. Thirdly, when you hold an exhibition, you should first of all send invitations to all those at the Gita Pachalas. There are many of them. You should especially invite them. You should first invite those who study the Srimad Bhagavad Gita because they are the ones who have forgotten this and who also make everyone else forget this. So when he's referring to Gita Pachalas, he's not talking about BK Gita Pachalas. He's talking about Laukic worldly places where they explain the Gita, the false Gita. You should invite them to come and judge for themselves and then do whatever they feel is right. People will then, so at the end of the day, you do all this effort just to give them the opportunity to see, make a decision, and then you just let them decide and then you respect their choice. People will then be able to understand that we even invite those who study the Gita and that perhaps we are only preaching the Gita. Heaven was established through the Gita. There's a lot of praise of the Gita, but not the Gita of the path of devotion. The Father says, I only tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Whatever interpretations people have given, they are all completely wrong. What any human being explains or says, they're completely wrong. No one else speaks the truth. Only I tell you the truth. It isn't the truth to say that God is omnipresent. All of them will be led to destruction, and it will continue to happen like that every cycle. And continue to happen like that every cycle. This is the first and foremost thing that you have to explain. The Father says the Yadavas, the scientists, have non-loving intellects. They are making very good preparations for destruction. However, those with stone intellects are not able to understand anything. You too had stone intellects once, and you now have to become those with divine intellects. So you can't feel like superior. We were just as stone-like as everybody else. The Father is called the knowledgeful and merciful one. How would those who don't know how to benefit themselves be able to benefit others? Those who don't imbibe this knowledge will claim a status accordingly. Only those who are serviceable will claim a very high status. It is they whom the Father loves. God loves those who want to go and benefit everybody. It is number-wise according to the efforts you make. They don't understand that since they don't have love for the Father, they also won't receive a status. Whether they are real children or stepchildren, if they don't have loving intellects at the time of destruction, they don't follow the Father, they will receive a low status. They also need divine virtues. So it's not like you know how to do all that all at once. Follow the Father. You figure it out over time, but you got to figure it out how to do it completely by the time destruction comes, and you don't exactly know when that's going to happen. They also need divine virtues. Heaven to help the fact that God has to say this next line, but he does, of course. You should never tell lies. Oh, you didn't know that before Raj Yoga? So why is it BKs keep lying after Raj Yoga? The Father says, I tell you the truth. Anyone who doesn't love me will not receive a status. You have to try and claim your full inheritance for 21 births. First of all, invite those from the Gita Pachalas to the melas and the exhibitions because they are devotees. Those who study the Gita must definitely be remembering Sri Krishna, but they don't understand anything. Sri Krishna played the flute. So where did Radha go? They have given a veena to Saraswati and a flute to Sri Krishna. People say that Allah created them, but they don't know Allah. This refers to Bharat. There used to be the kingdom of deities in Bharat. Their images are worshipped in the temples. They place statues of the kings, etc., outside the temples. Birds sit on them and dirty them with their droppings. They position Lakshmi and Narayan and Radha and Krishna in such a first-class place. They're called emperor and empress. The word king is an English word. They spend hundreds of thousands of rupees on building a temple because that emperor was pure. The king, the queen, and subjects were all worthy of worship. It is you who became worthy of worship and then worshippers. So the first thing is to remember the Father. When you have the practice of remembering the Father, you'll be able to imbibe this knowledge. When there isn't love for the one, your love is connected to other beings. There are some daughters who have so much love for one another that they don't even have that much love for Shiv Baba. Shiv Baba says, you need to connect your intellects in yoga to me. So clearly that includes all seniors, RCOs, teachers, and every other Brahmin around, no? I don't know why people can't understand that. Or do you have to become lovers and beloveds of one another? You then completely forget me. You have to connect your intellects in yoga to me. This requires effort. Your intellects do not break away from others at all. Instead of remembering Shiv Baba, you remember one another all day and night. When Baba mentions their names,
You get heart attack.
they get angry and then they become traitors. They run away. It doesn't then take them long to start insulting Baba. When you insult this Baba, Shiv Baba also soon hears it. You insult one Baba, the other the other Baba knows. If you don't study with Brahma, you cannot study with Shiv Baba. Without Brahma, Shiv Baba cannot even hear you. This is why he tells you to go and ask physical Baba, Sakar Baba. Some good children don't accept Brahma Baba because they feel that he is too an effort maker. So he's such an effort maker too. Why should we have to ask him? I don't know, because he's the first soul. He renounced everything way faster than you. He has actually continuous yoga with Baba and is being explained everything directly. I mean, like, how many reasons do you want? All are effort makers, but you have to follow the mother and the father. Some understand when you explain to them. Whereas if some don't have it in their fortune, in their part, in their sanskars, they don't understand at all. But you can't know you don't have it in your sanskars until when?
How do you give it your best shot?
And what is your best shot? You don't know because you've never given your best shot for anything. So
Moment.
why not just presume that God said you can do it and you can do it? Why do you got to argue about it? Oh no, I'd rather be disheartened and give up and quit. Whereas if some don't have it in their fortune, they don't understand at all. Well, that's the problem. You all understand, so that can't be any of you guys. They don't become serviceable. However, why would you dedicate all your energy to service if you didn't understand? So obviously you understand. So I always tell you, if you can understand, you're quite capable of doing it. Hey, you don't want to, that's another story, but however, you must connect your intellects to the one Father. Many have emerged nowadays who say that Shiv Baba enters them. You have to be very cautious about this. Maya enters many of them. Shiv Baba doesn't enter, Maya enters. Even those in whom Sri Narayan used to come, in trance, right, are not here today. Nothing happens to them by them just entering you. Father says, constantly remember me alone. When they say that this one or that one enters them, that is all Maya. If you don't remember me, what would you attain? How would you be able to claim a status or imbibe this knowledge if you don't have direct yoga with the Father? So the one who would enter these people, all these fake, being spirits who are doing that, they should then be able to speak the depth of the Murli, and they should be able to explain the detail of how to become karmatit. They should be able to explain, the purity and perfection. They should explain to us all the details about what's going to happen in the future. The Father says, constantly remember me alone. I explain to you through Brahma alone. And every one of those souls, I said, that I've seen, they all left Gyan anyway. So what's that tell you? They're doing pure karma? This establishment is taking place through Brahma. The Trimurti is also definitely needed. Some get angry when they see the picture of Brahma. They get angry when they hear of the 84 births of Sri Krishna. They even tear up the picture, Sri Krishna's picture. The Father has had those pictures made. God made those pictures, and you tore it up. Ooh, bad karma. Father explains to you children, don't forget, simply continue to remember the Father. Even those who are in bondage must cry in distress. Stay at home and continue to remember the Father. Why must they cry? Oh, sorry. Even those who are in bondage must not cry in distress. Yeah? Stay at home and continue to remember the Father. Why? Because you have God. But why would you cry? Because obviously somewhere you're not following Srimad. Those who are in bondage can attain even a higher status than, single ones, dedicated ones. It's only the ocean of knowledge who gives you children this knowledge. No one but the one Father has this spiritual knowledge. Only the one Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, is the ocean of knowledge. Who gives you children this knowledge? The ocean of knowledge. Who gives you children this knowledge? No one but the one Father has this spiritual knowledge. Only the one Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, is the ocean of knowledge. Only he is called the
Purifier.
liberator. What is there to be afraid of in this? The Father explains to you children. You then have to
Explain.
explain to others. The Father says, just to even have that being told you that God says this directly, he actually says this. Remember me and you'll receive salvation. The kingdom of Ram, God, is in the golden age, not the iron age. There is just one kingdom in the golden age. You are all number wise in how your intellects imbibe all these things. Those who are unable to imbibe this knowledge are said to have a non-loving intellect at the time of destruction, are unable to claim a status. Everyone has to be destroyed. Everyone, no exceptions, even BKs. These things are not a small matter, Shiv Baba says. Become those who have loving intellects at the time of destruction. This is your final birth. Therefore, if you don't have love now, you won't receive love. You won't receive a status in the future, but you also will never get love from God now because he only comes once. The Lord is pleased with an honest heart. So give your bones for service, just as the Dichi Rishi did. And when there are bad omens over them, their intoxication goes, then many types of storms continue to come. They then say that it would be better to go back to their worldly parents, move back home, because they don't enjoy it here anymore. You're staying in Raj Yoga, despite it seems counterintuitive to those of you who, have been raised with the freedom in the West. It has nothing to do with whether you're enjoying it or not, whether you stay. It's not about, I need to enjoy it, then I'll stay with God. No. You need to stay whether you're enjoying it or not, but you sure as heck better teach yourself how to enjoy it or you won't stay because that's your weakness. Somebody who surrendered, whether they enjoy it or not, they just say, oh, that's my karma, that's my test, I have to overcome that. They overcome it and then they're happy again, so they're fine. And I mean, they do that enough times, they just don't let themselves become unhappy again. You have to let yourself become happy and lose your stage. Nobody makes you. Certainly Baba doesn't make you. You have to invite Maya into the house. There are many plays, films, etc. there. Those who are used to all these things are unable to stay here. It's very difficult for them. They're so attached to things. Yes, it is possible to claim a status by making effort. You should remain happy. Baba himself says, I don't enjoy it if I don't get up early in the morning and sit in remembrance. Brahma Baba says that. By simply lying in bed, it's possible that you would nod off again. So don't try to have yoga in bed. Wake up, wash your face. If you have to, go take a shower. So get up a little earlier. When you sit down in remembrance, many good points will emerge and there will be a lot of enjoyment. Only a few more days now remain. We are claiming the sovereignty of the world from the Father. If you sit and remember this, your mercury of happiness will rise. When you think about these things in the morning, that happiness will also last throughout the day. If there isn't happiness, your intellect definitely isn't loving to the Father. If you're not blissfully happy living this life, you're not having yoga. At Amrit Veda, there's a very good solitude. And that particularly means you're not practicing bodiless stage enough. There are bad omens in this study when you forget the Father. So when you get divorced now, your intellect gets separated now, it's because of bad omens from the things you've done in your past. If you want to claim your inheritance from the Father, serve with your thoughts, words, and actions. Spend this last birth of yours doing this service. If you remain occupied in other worldly matters, then how could you do service? By leaving everything until tomorrow, you would die and be unable to do anything, to earn anything. The Father has come just to take you to heaven. Why has Baba come? Just to take you to heaven. So many die here in a war, and so many experience sorrow. There is no war, etc. there. All of that refers to this final time when everything has to be destroyed. Those who are orphans will die in this way, and those who belong to the Lord and Master will claim their fortune of the kingdom. You also have to explain at the exhibitions that you are establishing your own kingdom with your own earnings and with your bodies, minds, and wealth. We're not begging for anything here because there's no need to beg for it. Baba will provide from somebody. Many of us brothers and sisters are establishing our kingdom together. You accumulate millions and bring about your own destruction, whereas we are accumulating every penny and becoming masters of the world. These are such wonderful matters. Acha. To you, sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to you, spiritual children, and
Spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father.
okay, essence for Dharma. Number 1, at Amrit Vela, sit in solitude and remember the Father with love. Put aside all worldly matters and engage yourself in doing
Service.
God's service. 2. So that means you prioritize your life around effort making and serving. Of course, you have to maintain your responsibilities, but you try to keep those to a minimum. Keep your heart, your home physical responsibilities, worldly responsibilities. Keep your heart true to the Father. Don't become a lover or a beloved of one another. Connect your love to the one Father and not to
Bodily beings.
any bodily beings. Blessing. May you be a bestower of this knowledge and a bestower of blessings by becoming full of all the wealth of all the powers. You children who have the wealth of all powers experience closeness to the complete and perfect stage. No sanskars of a devotee or a beggar can emerge in you. The words, that I want the Father's help, I want blessings, I want cooperation, I want powers, these words of wanting do not suit you children of the bestower. You children of the bestower of knowledge and the bestower of blessings. You're not beggars, you don't have to ask. You are the ones who give donations, dan, or blessings, vardhan. You are the ones who give donations or blessings to every soul of the world. Slogan: words that give souls one type of attainment or another are true versions. Attainment of truth is virtue's powers, self-respect, Avyat signal, unshakable, immovable, constant stage. No matter how much others try to shake you. So you haven't passed tests until people actually intentionally try to shake you. You must remain unshakable. Are adverse situations elevated, or is your original stage elevated? Do adverse situations sometimes attack you? Think about whether adverse situations are powerful or whether your original stage is powerful. So you have to go through all that until you no longer see any illusion called adverse situations. You only find something adverse when you're
Affected.
weak. When you have this awareness, you'll become powerful from weak. Just as you tapasvi souls concentrate on your constant and stable stage, similarly, hatha yogi souls would stand on one leg, trying to be stable. So there's a difference between being stable in a constant and stable stage and standing on one leg. Om Shanti.